For a lot of people, buying a phone is a huge decision. This is a device that they will probably be keeping for a few years, so their choice really does matter. One of the biggest factors is the price. There's a huge range of prices, but for the most part, if you want to have the best specs on the market, your wallet's going to take a hit. Up until a few months ago, the only solution to getting a great phone for a great price was the Nexus line, but there always seemed to be something wrong with those phones. Something missing. In the case of the Nexus 5, it was the camera, it just wasn't that good. But now we have this. This is the OnePlus One. This is a phone that doesn't really have any compromises. It has the top-end specs with a low-end price tag. You have everything you would expect from a flagship phone. A quad-core Snapdragon 801 processor running at 2.5 GHz, 3 GB of RAM, a 5.5-inch 1080p display up front, a 13-megapixel camera that shoots 4K video. Everything is here, and for the most part, it delivers flawlessly. The phone itself is built pretty well. It comes in two versions, a white 16GB model and this 64GB sandstone black model. The back feels really interesting. It's almost like a soft sandpaper. It's kind of hard to explain, but once you feel it, I think you'll like it, and I really like it. You have Gorilla Glass 3 up front, and on the top is the headphone jack, on the right side is the power button, and on the left side is the volume rocker. These buttons work fine, but I did notice that the feedback wasn't really all that great, and on the volume rocker, it is a little bit difficult to differentiate between up and down. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it is something that I noticed. On the bottom is the micro USB port and the speakers, which sound okay, but nothing out of this world. On the back, we have the 13-megapixel camera, and this is a pretty excellent performer. It's sharp and has really great color representation and great dynamic range. In low light it performed exceptionally well. There's quite a bit of noise in the pictures, but you did get some pretty good detail, which is nice. And overall the pictures were really good. The video was also great. For the 4K shots, they were pretty excellent. This is probably one of my favorite cameras to shoot with on the Android side of things right now, and I was pretty impressed. Now the performance on this phone is all around great as well. Navigation never really stutters, and it opens apps quickly and handles pretty much everything you throw at it, and it does have pretty decent battery life as well. It has a 3100 mAh battery, and I never seem to run out too fast. I don't think it was as good as something like the Note 3, but it does have a great sized battery, and you don't really have to worry about it throughout the day. The software is interesting. Instead of putting a skin over Android like most companies do, OnePlus decided to partner with CyanogenMod to have it pre-installed on arrival. Now I haven't really used CyanogenMod for a while, but after using this latest version, I have to say it is very good. If you've never used it, it's basically stock Android with even more control. It's running on 4.4 KitKat, so it does have the latest and greatest, but it allows you to have even more things like add themes and personalize it right out of the box instead of having to root it yourself. One really nice touch that I like is that the OnePlus One actually has on-screen buttons and capacitive buttons, so you can switch between them. So say you want more screen real estate, you can use the off-screen capacitive buttons, but if you want to stick to the stock Android look, you can use the on-screen buttons. Although the backlight on the capacitive buttons is very dim. I actually thought there was something wrong with my phone, but that seems to be just how it is. But CyanogenMod overall didn't take anything away from the experience, but it actually added to it, which is rare when a company decides to mess with stock Android. Overall, this phone is just good. There's not much to say about this. You get everything you want and need, and it comes in at $300. That's pretty incredible. But there is one pretty big downfall. Right now, the only way to get it is through an invitation. So yeah, if you want to buy this phone, you're going to have to find an invite. I think that's really the only real downfall to this phone at this point, but I'm sure at some point you'll be able to buy this phone without an invitation. But until then, that's one big hurdle. But if you can somehow find a way of getting this phone, I would definitely make this a big consideration. It should last you quite a while, and because it's so cheap, you don't have to sign a 2-year contract or anything like that. You just buy the phone outright and use it for as long as you want to. So anyway, that's my review of the OnePlus One. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really like this phone, and I think you guys would like it as well. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and if you want to see when my new videos are uploaded, make sure you guys hit subscribe. My name is Matt, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See ya!